they also have a semifinalist for National Player of the Year, an outside hitter, Mimi Colyer. So the Stars are out inside the field house tonight, Mac. We are underway with Taylor Anderson conducting the game's first serve, the game's first swing from Grace Egan. She draws a touch and a point for the Wisconsin Badgers, the 12th straight meeting that these two teams have been ranked, a testament to how good they've been consistently in Big Ten volleyball.
Two top programs playing some top program volleyball, and it's going to be on display here tonight, that's for sure.
Kristen Simon, the freshman libero, with the first serve of the night for Wisconsin, and a roll shot from Kenna Woolard. And a Badger caught up in the net, point Purdue.
One of the things that makes Kenna Woolard so difficult to defend is that she mixes up her shots so often. She's not just going to hit the same shot. She might even hit a hard shot, but mix up the depth on that shot. So she's very hard to defend.
Woolard, the junior from Dunlap, Illinois, that's outside Peoria, with the serve. Anderson, and she sets Grace Heaney, the redshirt sophomore, with a big swing to give Purdue a 2-1 lead. So Dave Shondell and the Purdue Boilermakers, many impressive numbers you can point to, but they are unbeaten in road matches this season. Purdue, and you guessed it, Nebraska, who's still undefeated, period, this season. The only two teams in the country to stay perfect on the road. That's McAleer, the libero, with the set and a sharp angle kill from Akasha Anderson, and it's a little quiet inside the field house right now.
Yeah, Purdue coming in heavy with their arm swings right now. I mean, Kenna Woolard mixed in that shot early, but there goes Cash Anderson with that sharp cross-court swing. You don't really put a defender in that spot. Wisconsin might have to make an adjustment here soon.
Una Vajagic, number 1 with the swing there for Wisconsin, having a fantastic month of November. And Kenna Woolard plants that one from the back row for Purdue. Here is Kelly Sheffield. His Badgers have been outstanding in the month of November ever since Nebraska swept Wisconsin here inside the field house on Halloween. The Badgers have been unbeaten in the month of November. Allie Andrew with the swing. It was pulled back by Furbringer at the net. Simon the dig, it's popped up to the pin, and Egan gets it over, but a point for Purdue.
That was another example of the Boilermakers mixing up that depth. That was a deep swing by Cash Anderson that looked like it was going to go hard and straight down.
Woolard still serving. Furbringer sets Egan off the block and down, and Egan's got both of the Badgers' kills to start this one out.
It's been Grace Egan early. She's proving that she's the one that's going to get kills. I think we're going to see a ton of Grace Egan now. Now that they're realizing that it's working early, Wisconsin's going to keep going to it. One of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of things.
Egan serving now, another player for the Badgers who missed about a month with a knee injury right at the start of Big Ten play. She's worked her way back into midseason form and is playing fabulous defense for Wisconsin, getting her offense going here early. From the back row, Mimi Colyer doing what she does best.
Man, sometimes Mimi Colyer hits better out of the back row than she does in the front row. There have been matches where that has been the case. But the thing that is really crucial to this is Charlie Furbringer's set. She does such a strong job at leading that ball in front of the 10-foot line so that Mimi Colyer can get on top of it. So we don't usually see much of an uproar from Coach Sheffield there, but he was pretty adamant about it. I actually think the play that he was talking about was pretty legal. Taylor Anderson is a back row setter and got a touch on that ball, put her hands up as if she were to block it, but I think her hands were below that plane of the net. She really did a good job at breaking her wrists and keeping them flat right there, and the ball went high up and off of them. I thought it was a legal play.
A service error for Purdue a moment ago from Sienna Foster. That's Dior Charles, one of Purdue's middle blockers, heading to the bench. And Vajagic serves it up for Wisconsin. Purdue has battled its fair share of injuries as well, especially at that middle blocker position. But like Wisconsin, they're as healthy as they've ever been all season. Anderson, the Michigan State transfer, has been fabulous in her final season of eligibility, her only season with Purdue. Great dig by Ryan McAleer. There's Akasha Anderson again, and a dig in the back row by Vajagic. It sets up Colyer, who puts it away.
There's a ton of tempo being run in volleyball right now. Everybody's trying to go really fast pin to pin with some undersized hitters sometimes. Both of these teams know that they have big, strong hitters that can go and hit hard above blocks. So they're not giving anybody any sort of speed. They're giving their outside hitters time, and both Mimi Colyer and the outsides for Purdue are hitting over top hard of these blocks.
Wardlow with the serve for Wisconsin. And a bad pass tight to the net is tucked away by Wisconsin. Down 1 now in the first set.
A rare Taylor Anderson miss there. She squared up a little too aggressively. Sometimes when you aren't completely set with your feet, you need to just focus on finishing with your hands, and you can't try and do too much with your hips and your hands at the same time.
So Purdue ahead of Wisconsin in the RPI. This in spite of Wisconsin being 1 place ahead of Purdue in the AVCA coaches poll. Badgers, as we mentioned, perfect in the month of November. Purdue lost its last match, a 5-set thriller to Oregon.
Both vying for Big Ten Coach of the Year here.
Got a great case there. After the Mimi Colyer attack error, Purdue up 2 on the slide. Carter Booth blocked but out of bounds. And a point for Wisconsin.
That's a good route by Carter Booth right there. And to get out of the way in time is even tougher to do than make that swing happen. When she had to move those feet, that ball bounced right between her legs and went out of bounds.
Booth, the senior, has been brilliant in November, hitting .455 or higher in all 5 of Wisconsin's November matches. Here's Furbringer with the pass to Colyer, the reigning Big Ten player of the week. And Colyer with her 3rd kill of the night.
She was one-on-one on that outside hitter, Kenna Wallard, and she made a huge diving save, which provided an easy ball for the backcourt on Wisconsin to take care of it, and Mimi Colyer to do what she does best, going high hands.
There's an ace serve for Charlie Furbringer, serving short on Purdue, and Wisconsin grabs the lead.
This is a little bit of Purdue's game against themselves. Purdue loves to serve short. That's something that they've always been known for. Dave Shondell loves to serve the ball short, and here's the Badgers using that against them.
Taste of their own medicine, and another short serve for Furbringer. Lindsey Miller tools the block there for Purdue, one of Purdue's talented middles. Those are probably good enough for All-American consideration. However, she has gotten better in kills per set and hit percentage as the season has worn on, as Wisconsin has gotten into the teeth of Big Ten play. It's hard to point to a player nationally who is playing better than Mimi Colyer is right now.
This just makes me excited to see what she can do in December. If each month by month has gotten better and better, I mean, she's on a steady climb, and this is exactly when you want to be peaking. We were talking about it earlier. Both outside hitters are going in the right direction and peaking at the right time.
Egan on the left side puts it away. Grace Egan off to a great start tonight.
Grace Egan is so hard to defend. She comes into this facing pretty angle, and then last second turns her arm and her body down that line and flattens that ball out swinging deep. That's very difficult to defend.
Colyer with the serve for Wisconsin. She serves Woolard, her counterpart, in consideration for Player of the Year. Grace Heaney having every bit, I think, as big of a breakout season as Woolard is, puts that one away for Purdue.
Yeah, Grace Heaney's a little bit quiet. Coach Shondell talks about how sometimes he feels like she's hitting these crazy numbers, and he's like, oh, wait, she actually is. She's hitting right up there with the rest of them, because sometimes, yeah, she's just that, a silent killer back there.
Anderson with the short serve for Purdue. Egan on the right side gets stuffed by Woolard and Dior Charles.
That's one of the things about that short serve. Purdue's trying to create an opportunity that they want. That pass might have been very easy to make, but the opportunity that they wanted for their block was created. They were able to set up a really solid block over there on that right side attacker.
Over to Vajagic for Wisconsin. McAleer, the overpass dig. Furbringer sets the middle. And Carter Booth with the kill.
When Carter Booth keeps her arm high and attacks high over top of the block, she's so strong. When that ball comes a little bit lower to her and she gets really tight inside her ear, that's when she gets blocked a lot. But that was a good extension from Charlie Furbringer, letting Carter Booth go and reach at the highest point of her contact.
Talking with Badgers assistant coach John Shondell back at the bench. Of course, John Shondell is Purdue head coach, is Dave Shondell's younger brother, that is. you made the funny comment, Mac, before we went on, that both Kelly Sheffield and Dave Shondell with ties to Muncie, Indiana, and Ball State University. So it's kind of like a Muncie North showdown here in Madison.
Oh yeah, I gotta give Twitter credit for that one. I saw that one and I was like, that is quite possibly exactly what this is. All roads lead back to Muncie volleyball with these people here.
Of course, Ball State, one of the first programs in the country to have varsity volleyball as a sport, coached by the legendary Don Shondell, the Hall of Fame coach, who's the father of both Dave and John. And Kelly Sheffield came up as a coach sort of in that Muncie pipeline. Here's Akasha Anderson off the block, Simon the dig. Vajagic the swing, off some high hands and down on Purdue's side of the net. Point Wisconsin, they lead again here in the first.
I love the way that Wisconsin is using Purdue's own game against them, serving short and creating the opportunities that Wisconsin's block wants to see. I mean, that was a fabulous touch on the block. I would love to see Dior Charles turn and play that ball nice and high on her own.
Anderson winds up and wallops that one off the block. Point Purdue.
But if Mimi Colyer was a little bit deeper in middle back, she would have been able to make an easy play with her hands on that ball. It's fun to have a top-ranked opponent this late in the season. It can help with some of those postseason pushes that you're trying to make.
Kelly Sheffield really laid that bare in his media comments this week, as that's a point for Wisconsin. With 2 weeks left in the regular season, of course, you're only guaranteed one postseason match. There are only like 8 or 9 practices left going into this week. I mean, we are winding down here. Vajagic the serve with Wisconsin up 2. Heaney drills it. Point Purdue to stop what could have been a mini run for Wisconsin.
The Purdue right side attack is run pretty fast. There's quite a bit of tempo there, especially in system. Across the court, that's a great set from Taylor Anderson. Pushed forward and keeping that tempo in system right there.
That's now 3 service errors for Purdue. 4th service error of the set for Purdue to Wisconsin's none. Badgers have the only ace, courtesy of Charlie Furbringer. Natalie Wardlow, there we go, there's a service error for Wisconsin. Is a very good server. That one was just a little bit long. Julia Kane into serve. Dave Shondell really praised the way Kane's turned her career around at Purdue. Now a junior defensive specialist, having a great season, along with Ryan McAleer in the Purdue defensive corps. Kane got to that ball by Carter Booth, but couldn't square it up. Point Wisconsin.
That's what's hard to defend about Carter Booth. She's over top of a lot of blockers and can reach high and just snap on top of that ball. You can see her hold that follow through, almost like a free throw shooter right there, holding that follow through, just reaching towards that back corner.
Well, Booth has basketball in the family. Her dad Calvin played at Penn State and in the NBA. That ball was smoked by Kenna Wohlert.
That's what's so difficult about Kenna Wohlert right there. That's the exact point. But look how high Carter Booth's hands are. When she just puts her hands up standing there, her hands are already above the net. There have been times where I've seen Carter Booth not even jump to attack a ball just because it comes right over and she's already there.
6-7, she jumps there, and Booth is heating up in the first set. That's her 4th kill.
Middle production is key. It doesn't matter what team you're on. If you can get your middles going, that creates another level to your offense that's so difficult to stop. If you're pin heavy, the team on the other side can know to stop your pin, but it's hard to stop pins and middles.
So Booth with 5 kills and no errors. Hitting 1,000 here as we work our way into the later stages of the first set. Purdue right on Wisconsin's heels, however, 19-18. Wohlert also does not have an error in the first set. Here's Grace Egan. Point Wisconsin.
I like how Furbringer's mixing up Grace Egan's sets. That ball right there, she brought Egan inside a little bit more. That created more of an opportunity for her.
from the Fieldhouse in Madison. Wisconsin serving up 20-18. Heaney the swing, dug by Furbringer. It's an overpass, and Wohlert cleans it up. Boilers down 1.
I used to ball back in the day.
You weren't a point guard, were you?
Oh, no.
I just asked because you were a setter in volleyball. I mean, that's kind of the point guard position of the sport as Andrew puts it away for Wisconsin.
Remember, I'm a tall setter.
Yes.
Not a short setter.
Okay. Grace Egan serves a little bit long.
Early in the season, Grace Egan had a top spin serve. She would jump top spin, and now after taking some time off due to an injury, she's come back with a float serve, but is still serving generally pretty well. That was a rare miss from her. Coach Sheffield's been pretty happy with her serve so far this season.
Foster serves this one in. Good pass by Egan over to Vajagic. Great dig by Foster, and Egan hits it out of bounds. Point Purdue. Colyer, a drive, kept alive by Purdue. Wohlert sweeps it over. Vajagic. What a dig by Foster. The crowd thought it was a point. Here's Colyer from the back row. Foster keeps it up. Anderson, dug by Vajagic. Point Wisconsin. Una gets another crack at it.
Good on Vajagic finding a way to end that play. The Badger fans, I think, were thinking this one was down, but that's very clearly a foot dig right there. That's impressive.
A foot dig. That was something else.
We got hoops, add some soccer in the mix, maybe.
Right. You got to be a multi-sport athlete to play volleyball. Here's Colyer. That's long. She thought there was a touch. Point Wisconsin. She gets the call.
It looks like there might have even been a net fault in there too.
Okay.
Just getting a little bit tight in there. I mean, that's a really high block right there. They're pressing over and into that seam. I would almost go a little bit lower on Mimi Colyer because of how well she does at hitting high hands and fingertips like that.
Wisconsin hitting 343 in the first set. Grace Egan hitting 333 herself. And Purdue hitting a blistering 481, but down 2. And what a play by Egan. Furbringer, the free ball. And a touch. Point Purdue. They get it eventually and cut the lead to 1.
That's that mixing up of depths. You can see on that first dig, Kasha Anderson is hitting that ball really hard, but it's in the defense's lap. And even though Wisconsin's able to chase that down, Kasha Anderson there just reaches a little bit higher and finishes higher, deeper into that corner.
Colyer swings long and no touch. Point Purdue.
Doesn't look like we're gonna have a challenge. Would have loved to see her go hard cross court with that ball.
Tied at 23. Mimi swings, got a touch there, but Purdue keeps it alive. Anderson a runner. It's Colyer. Popped up by Wohlert. Anderson throws it to Anderson's way. Taylor to Akasha. Andrew down the line. Point Wisconsin.
That's a really smart set from Charlie Furbringer right there.
Set point Wisconsin. Natalie Wardlow, the true freshman, with the serve. Wow, Purdue avoids the ace. And Carter Booth swings long. Purdue, like a cat with 9 lives, extends the set. I mean, again, the crowd was getting ready to ramp up an ace serve to win the set. Now we're tied at 24. Colyer swings. Rainbows down to Kane. Taylor Anderson for Kenna Wohlert, blocked, and that's down for a Wisconsin point. Her shoulders were at the net, the top of the net. That was incredible. Wohlert, another block, and Wisconsin's defense takes them to a set 1 win. Mimi Colyer with the serve to get us going in set number 2. Purdue did a good job on Colyer in the first set. They forced 3 attack errors out of her. But the Badgers otherwise hit 286 in the first set. And contact with the antenna. And a point for Wisconsin to open set number 2, beg your pardon.
I like that set choice right there from Taylor Anderson to kick that ball back to Grace Heaney. She just tried to go a little bit too hard down that line. She doesn't need to go that far down the line.
Here's Colyer again. A good server, as you might expect, along with everything else she does well. 18 aces on the season. And Carter Booth with another big-time block.
Man, Carter Booth pressed over is not something that I would want to see. Out of system right there, you've really got to stress going high hands and flattening that ball out because Booth is a big block.
Third of the Big Ten in blocks per set. She's closing in on 600 career blocks. Over 575 now. She swings there, dug by Taylor Anderson. Grace Heaney, a tapper, pushed over by Taylor Anderson. Back roll, Colyer out. Point Purdue. Kenna Woolard, the breakout junior. Over to Vajagic, and Una Vajagic, another player who is playing her best volleyball of the season right now. Certainly along with Mimi Colyer, who's in the hunt for the Big Ten kills per set crown, along with Kenna Woolard, who's right there at over 4.5. Mimi up closer to 5.5. All tracking down Penn State's Kennedy Martin. Dior Charles with the swing in the middle, but out of bounds. Point Wisconsin. Remember, Purdue got off to a good start in the first set. Wisconsin with the hot start in the second set, and another antenna violation there. And Dave Shondell disagrees. I think he thought that was the block over the net.
That was nicely done by the officials, chatting it all out, coming to the conclusion and making the right call.
So 4-2 Wisconsin. Purdue serves here in the second set. Vajagic finds hands again. Vajagic has been brilliant in November. Her attack percentage on the season has gone up by 33 points. Akasha Anderson with the kill there. And this is, keep an eye on James Cusiella with the good hands. And just the casual toss of the ball back to Wisconsin's side.
He's done that before.
Yeah, it looked like it. Vajagic, and it comes off the video board on the dig by Ryan McAleer. It's on Purdue's side, so point Wisconsin.
That would have been a pretty nails dig right there if it had stayed. Right up, ricocheting right back down. If that ball stayed on the Purdue side, which it did, that would have been playable. They had 2 more contacts after that.
Ace serve, Vajagic. Her 17th of the season.
That's a fantastic serve from Vajagic, flattening that ball out and driving it to the deep end line. That ball might have been out of bounds, but Kenna Woolard thought it was in and played it.
Vajagic serves short. McAleer the pass. Here's Anderson. Tries to tool the block and does not. Point Wisconsin.
But that's an interesting statistic, to be unbeaten on the road. It's usually the other way around. So props to Purdue for being a road team.
Taylor Anderson. That's exactly what Purdue wants to see out of their setter. A little more offense from her. Anderson's put up some monster numbers this season. 1,065 assists coming in. And we just had a foot fault on Purdue server Julia Kane. Wardlow keeps her toes behind the line. McAleer the pass. Anderson throws it to Woolard. And that never went over to Wisconsin's side, so too many touches on Purdue. I would hit it wherever Carter Booth is not at this point.
That's a great idea.
Ace serve, Wardlow. I think that one may have been going out of bounds too, but it was touched by Woolard.
I think that was definitely going out of bounds, and you could hear the team behind her her, telling her that that ball was out. And
Purdue just a little bit discombobulated. Wisconsin goes up 12-4. They've already burned one of their 2 timeouts in the set. McAleer lays out for it. Lindsay Miller on the slide, and everything's coming up Cardinal red and white.
It's a fabulous block from Mimi Colyer right there, pressing her hands over in the right place. Slide blocking is very difficult. You've got to track the ball, but then last second get your eyes on that attacker. You can see her right there. You can track her eyes the whole way. She gets them right on her attacker and just presses right back in towards the middle of the court.
That's a BS for Mimi Colyer, block solo. Natalie Moravec is on the floor for Purdue, and just what Dave Shondell ordered, a bit of a spark off the bench for Moravec.
He's not afraid to throw somebody in. He has trust in his bench.
McAleer with the lollipop serve. Booth on the slide. Swung over by McAleer. Incredible play. Booth doesn't care, right back to work. And the net violation picks up the point for Wisconsin. There's the errors by set for Purdue, already higher than their first set total. Furbringer takes the pass for Colyer. Heaney with another pass. Moravec puts it away.
The Wisconsin block is having to jump with her, and that opened up a huge seam for Moravec right there.
Anderson serves short. Furbringer over to Egan. That ball was blistered.
Talk about a huge seam right there. I mean, from across the court, pushing that ball outside to Egan with a good amount of tempo right there. He drilled that ball down the line.
You know, since Egan has returned to the lineup following her knee injury, her dig numbers have been every bit as impressive as her kill numbers, but you know, it seems like she's really getting her offensive stride back here. Heaney, what a one-arm dig by Simon. Vajagic out, point Purdue. Kristen Simon leading the Badgers in digs per set. Now Moravec serves for Purdue. She was on her way to Dave Shondell's bench. She thought her rotation was over, but she stays in to serve. That was a good decision. She's going to serve again after the error by Wisconsin. Purdue trying to claw their way back into this second set. Vajagic into the net. And Purdue now down 6. But in that 2019 season, they went all the way to the national championship game. So maybe the Badgers are gearing up for another deep December run. Side out, Wisconsin on the service error by Moravec, and Kristen Simon back to serve. How do you feel about the way Wisconsin is playing at this point in the season?
They're so consistent, and they're not making those silly errors like Purdue is right now. They're being very clean and keeping their game very consistent, and that's what you need to do at this point in the season.
Wow, now that's the third time that's happened. An ace serve for Wisconsin that has simply struck a Purdue player because she couldn't get out of the way.
I will say it's difficult to play in the field house. There's a lot of depth perception issues. It's hard to see what's going on behind you, especially in a whiteout right now. It's difficult to see, but not this many errors should be made.
Earlier this month, that was really when this streak started for Wisconsin of playing A1 volleyball, sweeping a ranked Hoosiers team here at the field house. That is a net violation and a point for Wisconsin. You know, Carter Booth, Mimi Colyer, Una Vajagic all having these great months, and Charlie Furbringer is really the straw that stirs that drink. Since getting her back in the lineup, Wisconsin's offense has gone from really good to truly elite. And another point for Wisconsin. Furbringer helping out on the block.
Furbringer doing exactly what caused her issue in the first place a couple weeks back. So that's ballsy of her, and it's good to see her going and doing what she knows she can do.
just a sophomore as well. The face of this program for years to come now. And Vajagic, that's out, but not by much, but a point for Wisconsin. It was another silly mistake for Purdue. And he subs his middles out. Lindsey Miller takes a seat, and Bianca Lulic, the redshirt sophomore transfer from Miami, her first action of the match. Lulic gets the set and puts it home for the kill.
Shondell's ready to use any of them at any moment.
This is Lulic's 17th match played of the season. Anderson. Furbringer for Vajagic. Off the block and down in bounds, and Lulic helping out defensively for Purdue. Great short serve by Grace Heaney. No answer for Mimi Colyer out of the back row. Planted for a Wisconsin point, 21-12.
You just simply can't let Mimi Colyer plow through the back row like that with no block in front of her. I would not want to play backcourt defense against Mimi Colyer with no block.
Vajagic serves too short there. You have to account for her no matter what rotation Wisconsin is in because of how lethal she is out of the back row. Andrew lethal there, a kill for Wisconsin.
But that's a huge key right there. A lot of attackers, you can get away with waiting until they get to the back row and you're like, okay, take that deep breath. We can go as much as we can offensively and keep that attacker in the back row for as long as we can. But Mimi Colyer is one of those players that is just as strong from the front row as she is in the back row. You really don't get a break from Mimi defensively.
Lulic. Point Purdue.
Lulic has a really long arm swing that isn't quite as fast as the other middles for Purdue, so it might take a little bit of an adjustment for the Wisconsin block to be able to get a good read on her slide.
She is 6'5", and a great trip through the front row for Lulic, but Purdue down 8 late in the second. Great serve, McAleer, passed well by Egan. Colyer swings, and a Wisconsin point.
That was a fantastic touch on the block right there. Slowed that ball down, exactly what Purdue would want to see. Ryan McAleer going to her knees before she sees where that ball is going to go. You got to stay on your feet and be ready to run that ball down wherever it's at.
Furbringer into serve, and Una Vajagic heads to the Wisconsin bench for Anaya Warren, defensive specialist. Dior Charles, great dig by Simon. Colyer off the block, point Wisconsin.
It's a good swing from Mimi Colyer, flattening that ball out, using the Purdue block to her advantage. Purdue's block is looking a little bit lackadaisical, a little bit behind them, not quite as pressed over and as strong as it should be, and Mimi Colyer can see that. She's going to expose it.
Set point Wisconsin. They have dominated the second set after a neck-and-neck first. Furbringer digs her counterpart, Taylor Anderson. Roll shot, Colyer. Moravec pops it up. Heaney. What a save by Simon, but out of bounds. Point for Grace Heaney and Purdue.
I'd like to see her work to get a little bit closer to that line, not so far back.
Another short serve for Taylor Anderson. Egan drives home the point in more ways than one. Badgers take the second set convincingly, 25-15. Getting a handful against Wisconsin on the road, but this has been a team that has really played well all season long and is trying to carry it into December. Julia Kane, the DS out of the back row with the good-looking swing, and Purdue wins the point. And now Kane out of Windermere, Florida, serves it up. Vajagic, that's down. She didn't hit that cleanly, but it leads to a Wisconsin point.
I don't know how Vajagic made that happen. That should not have gone the way that it did. That was a complete mishit that she mishit quite literally perfectly to land in that deep back corner.
A perfect mishit. It's like an oxymoron or something.
Yep.
Bianca Lulic Good placement there. Furbringer sets Andrew in the middle, turned away. This time it's Dior Charles, the middle blocker for Purdue, and some help from the setter, Taylor Anderson. Egan serves, a good one. Purdue passes in system, however, and a point for Purdue off the touch.
You could tell that that ball changed direction a little bit, but she convinced me. I wasn't sure then.
You're pretty good with challenges, no challenges, so it must have been a compelling argument. Collier, a roller out of the back. McAleer with the pass to Heaney. Simon, the bump set. Vajagic down in front of McAleer. Point Wisconsin.
When Vajagic gets her feet to the ball high and inside, she does it so well. It's hard to defend because she gets in there. She's past your block when she jumps and lands. You can see, actually, she doesn't even get her feet to that ball. She jumps and leaps past your block, making it so hard to tell where you need to set up.
Vajagic out of Serbia with the serve. And Woolard, a tool shot kill.
Wisconsin is challenging and out.
I believe that is in.
I do too. The bench
After
is always
video
having a good
review,
time.
ball was in. Point Wisconsin, they retain the challenge.
Vajagic tosses it over. Woolard dug by Egan. Furbringer dumps it over. It comes right back from Anderson. What a dig by Simon. And a net somewhere on Wisconsin. Point Purdue. We're tied at 4. And number 4 for Purdue serving, Kenna Woolard with the service error.
Don't think so much about the technicalities of volleyball. Think more about the game as a big picture. When you're not playing your strongest, that's what you got to go with.
Warglow mishits, and the teams exchange service errors to get us to 5-5. Collier to Egan. McAleer swings it to Heaney. Off the Wisconsin block, Furbringer underneath it. Collier. Knuckled by Taylor Anderson and out of play. Point Wisconsin.
That's a smart shot from Collier right there, taking a little bit off of it down the line, finding hands on it too. If she just goes a little bit off speed down the line right there, that's a pretty easy dig. But the fact that she finds hands first and goes down the line off speed makes it that much more difficult.
Collier and Woolard, the 2 National Player of the Year candidates. Grace Heaney serves. Egan drives out. Point Purdue. Egan, cross-court kill. Looked like that serve may have gone out, but Egan played the pass and gets a kill out of it.
Yeah, out of system situation, Egan is no stranger to the outside. She played outside her first year at Ohio State, so she's comfortable out there and she knows what to do even in an out of system situation like that where she's far outside the court and the set isn't perfect, still able to get a kill out of it.
On the slide, Lulich. Heaney with the dig. Akasha Anderson took something off it. Simon for Vajagic. Out of play, point Wisconsin. Now Ryan McAleer, the Purdue libero, couldn't keep that play alive, and Wisconsin assistant coach Brittany Dildon, I'm sure, is happy about that. She was a libero for Dave Shondell in West Lafayette right at the start of the Shondell era here at Purdue. And you take it for granted now how consistently good Purdue has become.
Purdue is challenging, ball in out.
There you heard from James Cusiella, a challenge after the attack error by Grace Heaney. It was called out.
After video review, call is confirmed, ball is out. Purdue will lose their challenge.
Woolard the pass. Anderson swings. Karams to Simon. Furbringer in the middle for Booth. Dug by Heaney. Off the block, and a point for Akasha Anderson. But Purdue has loved the in-your-face attitude that Akasha Anderson has brought to the roster this season. Her first and only with Purdue. She's a senior, played last season at Michigan State. Vajagic swings. McAleer gets two hands on it. Woolard off the block and out of bounds. Point Purdue.
I liked how Kenna Woolard was able to finish that play, flattening that ball out once again. 7
kills and 7 digs for Woolard. Well, that took a couple of caroms off Grace Egan's arm. Slide, Lulich, that's in. Point Purdue. Furbringer sets Booth. Down for a Wisconsin point.
Charlie Furbringer drops that ball in low. Booth has no chance at it.
Furbringer has done a great job spreading the wealth around for Wisconsin in this match. Vajagic has got 9 kills. Now 3 Badgers with 8 kills. Service error, Kristen Simon didn't miss by much, and we're tied at 11. Sienna Foster, local product from Lafayette, Indiana. And a point for Purdue. Furbringer was over the top. Vajagic passes it over to Egan. Back to Vajagic. Out. Point Purdue.
They got lucky on that one, that's for sure.
Vajagic. Roll shot dug by Heaney. Over to Woolard. Tip dug by Furbringer. Vajagic through the block and down.
Vajagic found Taylor Anderson floating on her block right there. Taylor Anderson set her block in one spot and then drifted out towards this antenna pin. You can see her hands kind of drifting out as she goes rather than staying put right where her body is.
Vajagic, the first player on the floor to 10 kills tonight. She's hit that mark in 4 of her last 5. I'm showing you a lot of different metrics for how well Vajagic is playing as of late. That's another. Seven kills for Heaney. Dunked down by Furbringer, and a point for Wisconsin. There was a touch. 2 kills for Charlie. Vajagic the serve. Woolard out of bounds, and Wisconsin has tied it up. Lulich has 4 kills in the middle for Purdue, but Charles does not have any. Charles pops it over there, however. On the slide, Andrew. Overpass dig by Taylor Anderson. Andrew again, and she puts it away. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on. That will be the final home match of the regular season for Wisconsin. They finished with 2 straight on the road, so it will be senior night for the Badgers. Furbringer sets Andrew, and a point awarded to Wisconsin. That net moving quite a bit. Violation on the Boilers. Vajagic serves. Woolard stuffed. Colyer and Andrew. Doesn't matter what side Purdue tries to feed Woolard. Remember, Woolard started her career at Purdue on the right side. Left side is her natural position, but when Chloe Chicoine and Eva Hudson were on the roster, right side was really the only spot available for her. She has excelled at her natural position this season. Heaney swings long, and the Badgers are in danger of pulling away here in the 3rd. Dave Shondell knows it. Purdue calls a timeout. And thinking about how this Wisconsin team has evolved over the course of the season, Matt, we saw them opening weekend at the Kohl Center, and you said they got to use their middles a little bit more. And they've got Mimi Collier in rhythm, and we have seen them use their middles more, especially as Charlie Furbringer has gotten her groove back, and it just makes this offense even more lethal. Andrew got another kill for Wisconsin on the last point. 7 straight for the Badgers. Simon, the free ball for Purdue. Crowd loves the effort. Wow, the one-arm dish from Taylor Anderson over to Lindsey Miller did not work. There's Carter Booth. Andrew on the floor right now. Vajagic the serve for Wisconsin, trying to close the door here. Andrew on the block. Turns away Kenna Woolard.
Those middles coming up defensively too. Pressing over right in the exact spot she needs to be in. Kenna Woolard falling off of that swing a little bit, not taking care of it the way that she needs to.
Purdue led 13-11 in this set. It's now 21-15 after the service error by Vajagic.
Akasha Anderson has brought some fire for Purdue throughout this match. She just subbed into the game. I would love to see a little bit of that from her here moving forward.
Natalie Moravec with the serve. Andrew dug by Anderson. Andrew again. Badgers riding the hot hand. Purdue ready for it on this point. Mimi Colyer, cross-court kill.
It's hard to play defense against teams playing this well.
This is Natalie Wardlow. Anderson, that's cross-court. And a dandy for Akasha Anderson, who's leading the Boilermakers with 9 kills on the evening. Anderson with 9 kills, just 1 error. She's hitting .286. Over to Colyer. Woolard and Purdue on the joust. Point Wisconsin. And they could still very well end up hosting the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, even with a loss tonight. That is out of bounds, and it is match point for the Badgers, and they stand inside the field house.
The Badgers are playing really disciplined and have a very even offense right now. It's an impressive volleyball match from the Badgers so far.
Anderson extends the match by a point. Booth sends us home. A fitting way for Wisconsin to win the match using their middles. And it's a sweep.